Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping right into a pretty wild day across Major League Baseball. September 11th, 2025. It really had a bit of everything, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely. You had nail-biting finishes, some teams just putting on a clinic, and those, totally unexpected results that make baseball so great.
Exactly. Playoff races are heating up. We saw some critical series matchups. And wow, some players just had incredible days. So our mission today, think of this as your shortcut, your deep dive into what really mattered yesterday. We're going beyond the scores to, well, dissect the unpredictable beauty of the game.
Right. We want to break down these games, look at the key moments, the strategies, the standout performances, and really understand why they matter in the bigger picture. What do these results tell us about these teams moving forward?
That's the plan. So settle in. We're aiming for some surprising facts, maybe a few aha moments as we analyze yesterday's baseball action. Okay, so yesterday's games really highlighted, I think, the endurance needed, especially with those doubleheaders. Let's start there. The grind, the resilience, the momentum swings.
Yeah, doubleheaders are such a unique test, aren't they? It's not just playing two games. It pushes everything. Your roster depth, your pitching, your focus. It really reveals a team's character.
First one we saw, Pirates versus Orioles. And Baltimore, wow, they show some serious resilience, sweeping both games. Game one was super tight, 2-1.
Uh-huh.
Then they took game two, 3-2. Just really low-scoring games where Baltimore found just enough offense.
Well, and that's the thing about those kinds of games, right? Where runs are scarce, every single pitch, every at-bat feels huge. Winning like that, 2-1, 3-2, it builds mental toughness. It's more than just a win. It's like a psychological victory. You're executing under pressure constantly. For the Pirates, though, those close losses, they're tough lessons.
Oh, for sure.
It shows that thin line between competing and actually winning consistently, and bullpen management in those spots. It's absolutely critical. It's not just about talent. It's about the manager making those really tough calls, maybe bringing in your closer earlier than usual. Those decisions, they often decide it.
That's a great point. High-stakes chess.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, shifting over, we had a real tale of two games with the Astros and Blue Jays. Houston used that veteran experience. Grabbed game one, 3-2. Looked like classic Astros small ball, good bullpen work.
Exactly. That game one win for Houston was like textbook situational baseball. Moving runners, sacrifice flies, not relying on the long ball, just manufacturing runs.
Right.
But then game two, wow. The Blue Jays just came back with a vengeance. A 6-0 shutout.
Huge response.
Huge. Shutting out a team like the Astros, I mean, that's a massive statement. It tells you their pitching, starter, and bullpen can absolutely dominate a top offense on any given day. It really shows that balanced teams need, in a doubleheader, grind out the first one, then find that next gear to dominate the second.
And speaking of finding that next gear, the Chicago White Sox also had a great day, sweeping their doubleheader against the Rays. Game one sounds like it was a real battle, 6-5 White Sox. Back and forth, probably lots of lead changes. That must build some serious momentum.
Oh, absolutely. Winning a tight one like that, 6-5, probably with some big hits late, it's a massive emotional lift. And you saw it carry over, right?
Seeing like it.
They took game two more comfortably, 5-1. That suggests a team finding its rhythm, pitching and hitting clicking together. For the Rays, on the other hand, getting swept like that, that's tough.
Definitely a down day.
It makes you look at potential weaknesses. Is it bullpen depth? Is the offense consistent enough, especially facing fresh arms in game two? It forces some tough questions.
That really leads us nicely into our next theme, because yesterday wasn't just about endurance. It was also about teams making big statements, dominant wins, and, well, some real shockers, too.
Yeah, those statement games, it's not always just the final score, but how it happened, what message it sends. We definitely saw a few of those.
We sure did. Yeah. Let's look at the Marlins beating the Nationals 8-3. That's a pretty impressive offensive showing for Miami. Getting the bats going like that can be a huge confidence boost.
For sure. And on the flip side, for the Nationals, giving up 8 runs, that usually points to something more than just one guy having a bad day.
Right.
It could be the starter struggling to get through innings, or maybe the bullpen is just worn down from previous games. Sometimes one really bad inning, maybe an error extends it, and the whole game just unravels. It puts so much pressure back on your own offense.
Makes sense. Then we had a big NL East rivalry game, Phillies versus Mets. And the Phillies just rolled 11-3. That feels like a major statement win.
Oh, absolutely. Putting up 11 runs is impressive anytime, but against a division rival, that sends a clear message. It might mean they found a weakness, maybe attacked the Mets' bullpen effectively, or just had a great approach at the plate.
Yeah.
For the Mets, a loss like that lopsided, it can be pretty demoralizing. Makes you look hard in the mirror. Was it pitching execution, defense, lack of clutch hits? It's more than just one loss. It's something they need to figure out quickly.
Okay, now for maybe the biggest surprise of the day. I mean, this one really jumped out. The Detroit Tigers hammering the New York Yankees 11-1. Just, wow, an absolute throttling.
Yeah, that's the definition of an unexpected rout, isn't it? For the Tigers, that's enormous.
Yeah.
Beating a team like the Yankees and beating them that badly, it's a massive morale booster.
I bet.
It proves to themselves more than anyone that they can compete with the best. It can change the whole feeling in the clubhouse. For the Yankees, well, an 11-1 loss like that, it's an anomaly, sure, but it definitely sparks conversations.
Do you think complacency or just a bad day?
Could be a bit of both, or just, baseball being baseball. Even great teams have truly awful days, but it's a sharp reminder about consistency. A loss that big against that opponent, it definitely raises some eyebrows.
From a shocker to just pure dominance. The LA Dodgers shut out the Colorado Rockies 9-0. That just sounds like a complete performance start to finish.
Absolutely. 9 runs on offense and a shutout from your pitching staff. It's about as dominant as it gets. It just reinforces their position as, one of the elite teams. Sends that message. When we're on, we're really hard to beat.
Right.
For the Rockies, though, yeah, that's a brutal day. It really highlights that gap that can exist between teams at different ends of the standings. Not just talent, but execution, depth, everything. For LA, it's maintaining that standard. For Colorado, it's about finding small positives and building.
Okay, let's switch gears again. My personal favorite kind of game. The one-run nail-biter. These are the games decided by strategy, by inches, the real chess matches.
Yeah, I love these too. This is where the mental game, the manager's decisions really come under the microscope. Every little thing, a pitch sequence, a defensive shift, a pinch hit call, it can be the entire difference. Razor-thin margins.
Totally. First up in this category, Royals versus Guardians, a classic AL Central fight. Royals squeaked it out 4-3. Those division games always seem to have extra intensity.
They do. And for the Guardians, losing by 1 run to a division rival, that always stings a bit more. You replay those key moments, Was it one specific at-bat, a defensive play they just missed? It makes you question if you're generating enough offense in those clutch spots.
Right.
And this is where the managers earn their money. Who do you bring out of the pen to face that specific hitter in the 8th? Do you risk a stolen base? It's pure strategy, often beyond just who has the better players.
Another thriller. The Cubs beat the Braves 3-2. Again, just 1 run separating them. Winning a game like that against a team like the Braves has to feel huge for the Cubs' confidence.
Definitely. It shows they can execute when the pressure is highest. These 3-2 games often showcase brilliant pitching, maybe some amazing defensive plays that save a run, and then just 1 or 2 really timely hits, like a 2-out single that brings home the winning run. For the Braves, look, nobody likes to lose, but a 3-2 loss to a good team doesn't necessarily mean something's broken. It just highlights how incredibly close these games can be. Sometimes it's just a matter of whether a blue pit falls in or gets caught. Small margins.
Then we had the Reds winning another tight one, 2-1 over the Padres. Very low scoring, really highlighting pitching and defense. Seems like a real character win for Cincinnati.
It does. And for the Padres, scoring only 1 run, that's got to be frustrating, especially against a competitive team. It really puts the spotlight on their offense needing to cash in on those few opportunities they get.
Like getting runners over.
Exactly. Getting the runner from second to third with less than 2 outs, driving in a run with a ground ball or sac fly. And again, strategic decisions loom large. Pinch-hitting choices become huge. Do you swap defense for a bat late in the game? How aggressive are you on the bases when runs are so hard to come by? Every decision is magnified.
Makes sense. Okay, rounding out these close ones. The Cardinals and Mariners. Seattle got a solid 4-2 win here. Feels like a well-rounded effort from them.
Yeah, a 4-2 score suggests they were pretty solid all around, pitching and hitting, both contributing. For the Cardinals, it means they were right there, competitive, but just couldn't string enough together offensively.
Probably one key inning that made the difference.
Likely. Maybe the Mariners got a big 2-run homer somewhere in the middle innings, or perhaps they strung together 3 or 4 hits in one frame to pull ahead. That kind of small cushion, going from 2-2 to 4-2, can change the whole dynamic of the late innings, ease the pressure on your own bullpen just enough.
What a day. Seriously. Looking back at all these games from September 11th, it really was this vibrant mix of highs and lows, wins and losses. It just perfectly underscored how unpredictable baseball can be. We saw it all.
Absolutely. And the themes we talked about, that grind of the doubleheader, the big statement wins, and those shocking upsets, the tension of the one-run games, they all show why this sport is so compelling day in and day out.
Right.
It's about resilience, it's about strategy, it's about execution under pressure, and sometimes, yeah, it's about just getting that lucky bounce while you watch every day.
So true. So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's something for you, the listener, to think about as the season moves forward. We saw all these different kinds of games yesterday, the close ones, the blowouts, the shutouts, the upsets. What do you think is the most crucial factor, maybe one that gets overlooked sometimes, for a team to consistently win over the long haul? Is it purely clutch hitting? Is it having that dominant, deep bullpen? Or is it something else, maybe that mental toughness, that resilience we saw teams needing yesterday? Definitely something to chew on. That's it for us on this deep dive covering yesterday's MLB action. Hope you enjoyed the insights. Stay curious, keep watching. I will catch you next time.